Good morning, everyone. This is Dee Valenzuela, your teacher sa Introduction to the Philosophy of the Human Person. So, bago tayo magsimula, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. So, bakit tayo recorded for today? Kasi nawala ng pasok due to the smog. So, we will continue with our online lesson for today. So, our topic would be about the human person in the environment. Okay. So, alam naman natin bilang isang tao or human, kailangan natin ng environment to survive. First of all, fresh air, yung mga resources na nakukuha natin sa kanya, gaya ng water, ah, mga pagkain, marine life, at the same time, yung mga pinanggagawa ng mga furniture natin, nanggagaling din sa nature yon, sa mga puno, yung mga wood. Okay? So, marami pong bagay. Okay. So, let's start first with the three major perspective that we can use para mas maintindihan natin kung ano ba yung relationship ng tao sa environment. So let's start with the first one. This is the anthropocentrism. So humans are the central or most significant entities in the world. So sinasabi dito implies that human beings are superior to other forms of life and that the value of nature in other species is determined by their usefulness or benefit to humans. So, itong anthropocentrism, ang tingin ko dito, it is a bit human-centered. Hindi pala bit, it is human-centered eh. Pero medyo selfish din siya kasi wala siyang value masyado sa ibang life form. Ang purpose nga lang daw nila is to serve humans or maging gamitin ng tao. Okay, so ito is masyadong focus sa tao. Anthropocentrism, okay? Parang yung pinanood natin sa Love, Death and Robots, yung The Swarm. So, ang aim ni Doctor is total domination ng human species, parang ganon. So, it is centered talaga siya sa tao. So, ito yung picture na nagsisimbolize sa kanya. Humans are on top of everything. That is the first one, anthropocentrism. How about let's go with biocentrism naman. So, ang biocentrism is, importante din daw ang ibang life form gaya ng plants and animals. So, yan yung sinasabi dito. So, if babasahin natin dito, unlike anthropocentrism, which centers on humans, ang biocentrism naman daw is focus siya sa lahat ng life forms, including animals, plants, and even microorganisms deserves respect and ethical consideration regardless of their utility to humans. So, meron tayong respect dun sa other life forms. That is biocentrism. So, ito naman yung litrato niya. Pinapakita na merong balance dapat. Okay? So, ito yung key difference. Anthropocentrism is yung human, yung nasa itaas, samantalang biocentrism, all life are equal. So, ayan, nakikita niyo na yung key difference ng dalawa. And now, para introduce naman sa inyo yung pangatlo, this is what we call ecocentrism. Ayan, ecocentrism. So, if babasahin niyo itong part na to, sabi dyan, believe that the entire ecosystem, including all living and also klasa, non-living components, has intrinsic value and should be the focus of moral consideration. So sabi dun sa green part, it goes beyond individual species to consider the health and balance of the whole environment, emphasizing that the ecosystem have worth in themselves independent of their usefulness to humans. Okay. So pag sinabi nating tool, ano ba 'yon, yung mga wala daw buhay na non-living components, so yun yung mga nasa paligid natin, kaya nating pahalagahan. Even mga actually tinutukoy dito is lahat, everything. So sabi dyan, the perspective that promotes the protection of natural system as a whole rather than focusing on individual species or elements. So ang ecocentrism is pangkalahatan talaga, as in everything around you. So I'll show you some pictures. Ayan, pinapakita dyan yung ecocentrism, yung kabuuan ng lahat ng bagay sa mundo natin. Actually, the world is beautiful eh. Kailangan lang natin ingatan yan as humans, especially let's start first siguro dun sa pagsisegregate, which is evident naman sa inyo, nakikita ko sa inyo na maingat kayo sa pagsisegregate ng basura, pagtatapon ng kalat sa classroom. Ayan, so magpapakita ko sa inyo ng ibang pictures na related dun sa ecocentrism na tinatawag. So, ayan. It's just nature. Okay? So, kung titingnan nyo to, class, ito yung kabuuan ng tatlo, anthropocentrism, biocentrism, and ecocentrism. So, ayan. Pwede niyong kuhanan niya ng picture para mas mabilis reviewin. So, the first one is, Anthropo is focused on humans. Number two, biocentrism, focus on all living things. And number three is ecocentrism, focus on ecosystem as a whole. Ayan. So, para sa inyo, ano yung pinakamaganda doon? Okay? So, actually, magkakaroon tayo ng class activity. Ayan. Pwede niyong picturean yung each question. This is question number 1. Okay, take a picture. And then, this is number 2. Yan. Pwede nyo naman siyang i-post or i-screenshot. I-upload ko to sa YouTube para mas komportable kayo sa panonood ng video. And then, this is question number 3. What are some challenges or criticism of applying a biocentric perspective in practical scenarios such as land use, resource management, and wildlife protection? Ayan, magagandang tanong yan. This is for your learning comprehension para mahasa pa yung knowledge ninyo pagdating sa um, mga ganitong questions. Okay? So, isa pa practice din yung English writing skills nyo, tsaka yung English nyo mapapractice din siya at the same time. Okay, it's just consists of 6 questions, tapos ito na yung final, 7 to 10. Total of 8 points to, class, ha? So, among the 3 major perspective, which one do you think gives balance? Define your answer. Ito is total of 8 points. Okay? So, ang tanong doon is, ano doon sa tatlo, ecocentrism, bio, and eco, Antro, ano daw yung tingin mo na pinakamaganda for us? Ano yung pinaka mahalaga para sa'yo? So, yun lang ang sasagutan mo. So, ang tanong, sir, saan po namin sasagutan? I would say, mas maganda siguro sa notebook nyo. At kung wala pa kayong notebook, pwede naman sa yellow pad. So, that would be the end of my presentation. Once again, thank you sa lahat sa pakikinig. Siguro magkakaroon na naman tayo ng pasok bukas. I'll see you all tomorrow. So, goodbye, class. Thank you.